Thanksgiving, and I'm heading to... Well, I'm going for a little morning ride, although I got up a little bit later than I intended, but that's how it always is. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to Whittier. I'm gonna take the streets because I can't take the freeway, of course. But yeah. So today's Thanksgiving, and although it might not be for... It might not be Thanksgiving by the time I put this video out, but the reason why I've been so lacking in my videos is because I've been focused on college a lot, and I haven't been home that often. I live like 30 minutes from my home, and I don't take the motorcycle out there, so I can't really make videos while I'm out there. But just because I wasn't making videos, I wasn't completely gone from YouTube. I noticed a comment come in on my channel, on one of my videos, from Jason, and I would like to answer some of the questions he asked. And this is going to start like a Q&A series, I guess. So if you have any questions, you can submit them. But anyway, so Jason's question was basically what bike I have, and what year it is, and what model, and things like that. So, yeah. So, this bike is a 1978 Suzuki ts100, which is the Enduro line. And if you don't know what an Enduro is, it's basically the old terminology for a dual sport. So it's like a dirt bike that's been converted to the streets. But yeah, so this bike is a two-stroke, and it has 100 cc's. So doggies! Doggies! Hi, doggies! That's for Walterrific. It's a two-stroke, which means the cylinder, or the piston in the bore, or whatever you want to call it, piston in the engine, completes 2 cycles for each combustion. That sounds like fancy talk, which it kind of is. Anyway, so, sorry, I got distracted by those dogs. Another thing that's different about two-strokes is they also burn oil. But there's a difference. Like, some bikes have it where they have their own fuel tank, and other ones have to, like, their own oil tank, and other ones you have to mix the oil. I'm lucky in that I have a oil tank and an actual oil pump. So the oil is actually gravity fed into a pump, and then the pump puts the oil into the engine for burning and also for lubrication. So another question he had was, how did I get this bike? After all, I'm 19 years old, and I am riding a bike that was made in 1978. So it's a little unusual. I actually got this bike from my parents. I inherited it, and my parents, they got it from a yard sale back in like 1984. Believe it or not. My dad was at my grandma's house, and the neighbors across the street had a bike out there, and it said for sale. It was this bike, and anyway, so he saw this bike out there, and he asked them what was wrong with it, and they said, oh, the spark plug's fouled, okay? And he asked how much it was, because he's a mechanic. My dad's a mechanic, so he knew stuff about motorcycles, or he knew stuff about motors at least. And they said, oh, $175. So my dad took the chance and bought it. It had 1,300 miles on it, 1,300 miles on it when he bought it. I think that's what's good on Bloomfield. Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn around. Anyway, so he bought it with 1,300 miles on it, with the intention of fixing it up and using it as a dirt bike, and that's exactly what he did. It turns out the original owners put Marvel mystery oil in the oil tank, and let me see if I can turn this right here. They put Marvel mystery oil in the fuel tank, which is not supposed to go in here. Okay, we're in some industrial area. Let me make a U-turn. Looks like a popular donut location. Not the eating donuts, the driving your car in a circle donuts. So basically what he did is he changed the spark plug and changed the oil to normal 2-stroke oil. I'm not sure exactly what Marvel Mystery Oil is, but it basically fouled the plugs, which means it got oil on the spark plug and it would die because it couldn't get a spark. Anyway, that police officer. Almost ran that stop sign. I hope he doesn't pull me over. That would be pretty funny. But nope, there he goes. Okay, good. So, basically he rode the bike around for several years in the desert. Well, that sounds kind of weird. That kind of sounds out of nowhere. Basically, the bike worked, and he had another bike, which is a Yamaha DT400, which I still have and am repairing currently in the background. But anyway, so that was actually my mom's bike. It ended up being my mom's bike, and my dad rode the 400, another 2-stroke. But I'll talk about that later on. It's about this bike. So this bike right here, this is the one that he fixed up. And yeah, he rode this bike around, or my mom rode this bike around in the desert. My mom rode this bike around in the desert, and that's pretty much what it was used for several years. I only fixed it up about 2 or 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I think. And I guess that's the story of how I got the bike. Well, continuing on, this bike was in my backyard because we just left it out in the backyard because nobody was riding it. We stopped going to the desert, and I saw it out there, and it had no turn signals on it. The horn was dead. I knew the carburetor was messed up. I was worried the engine was seized, but it was taken care of good, so I know it wasn't. So one day I dragged it out to the front yard, and I watched some YouTube videos on how to fix carburetors, and my dad helped me. And we ended up fixing the carburetor, and it ran. Yeah, the motorcycle actually ran that day. I hope this is the right street. I'm not familiar with this area. I know we're in Whittier though, because I saw that cop. I haven't seen any motorcycles. I'm kind of surprised. Anyway, so I fixed this bike up, and now I pretty much have it. Now I ride it everywhere. Except for the freeway. It's too slow. So continuing on, what are my plans with it? What are my plans with this bike? So basically I have this bike, which is a Suzuki ts100, 1978 ts100, and and I have a Yamaha DT400, 1975, a 1975 one. And basically, this one runs perfectly fine and it has low miles. Right now it has, when I get to the stop sign I'll check, hopefully. As of right now, it has 2,246 miles on it. When I got it, it had like 1,600 or 1,800. So my parents didn't put that much on it, like maybe 300 miles. Anyway, so what am I going to do with it? Basically, I would have painted it and fixed it up. Had the 400 ran. But basically, I don't have that much experience with bikes. And I wasn't about to take apart a perfectly good running bike to paint it. So I pretty much left it as is. I bought new turn signals. These turn signals aren't even for this bike, which is something to note. I should probably get the original turn signals. Anyway, so I would have fixed it up had I known more about motorcycles and had I had more time, but I wasn't ready to throw away a perfectly good motorcycle. Is this right? Painters Avenue? My plans are to keep it forever. Well, I don't plan on selling it. And I might give it to my kids. Gosh, that's a... that's a... what do you call it? That's a far out there thought. Okay, anyway. So I plan to... Like, my short-term goals are to fix up the other bike. So that one runs fine. And then while that one is up and running, I'm going to disassemble this one and repaint it. So I'm going to make this one completely original. It is pretty rusted. It has bent handlebars. So there's a lot to be fixed on it. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I did a new camera angle, of course. I think this shows less of the helmet and more of the road, and it might show my throttle hand. I think it does. Which will be better. Anyway, yeah. So thanks for watching, and I hope you all have a nice Thanksgiving. And if this video comes out after Thanksgiving, which it most likely will, just enjoy the little things. Keep enjoying the little things, and spend time with your family, and appreciate your family. And if you don't have family, appreciate your friends, and just appreciate life. Good luck to all you new riders and continuing riders. Stay safe out there, and yeah, just enjoy the roads. Anyway, this might run out of film. Oh, look at that guy. That guy's living life. That guy knows what's up.